Okay, and so now we're going to practice one of these strategies, and that's focusing on known areas of weakness. So Sultan and I have taught lots of writing classes in Indonesia, and we've identified some of the errors that are most common. And so we're going to look at some of those errors. Everybody has a sample paper in your packet, so everybody turn to this sample paper. It's a short essay. And what we're going to do, you're going to work in groups, and you're only going to focus on one or maybe two specific kinds of errors. So you can see up on the screen here, Group 1 is only going to focus on verb form errors. Group 2 will focus on errors in singular plural. Group 3 will focus on sentence errors, sentence fragments, and run-on sentences. Group 4 will focus on spelling and capitalization errors. You're not going to correct the errors. All you're going to do is underline them, and you're going to mark them with a little code. So if you're in Group 1 and you find a verb error, you'll underline the verb, and you'll write VF. If you're in Group 2, you'll underline a noun that should be plural, and you'll write PL. Or if it should be singular, you'll write sing for singular. So you're not going to correct the error. You're only going to mark the error when you find it. So let me put you in groups. And if you're not quite sure exactly what some of these errors are for sentence fragments or run-on sentences, for example, after you're in your group, if nobody in your group understands it, you can ask one of us, and we'll help you to find out what kind of error that is. So let me number you off. We're going to make 5 groups, and then I will give you a number and then tell you where to go. So starting with the back row. Okay, so you're going to be group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, group 1, group 2. Okay, so I want group 1 to meet over here, group 2 to meet up at the top there, group 3 is going to meet over on this side of the stage, of the seating, group 4 will meet at the top, and group 5 will meet over here. Now I know there's only 4 groups up here. Groups 1 and group 5 will focus on verb errors. So if you're in group 5, you'll do verb errors as well. So go sit with your group. Group 2 is at the top. Group 2 right at the top here. Okay, 3 down here. Group 4 up there.
So group 1.
Group 5 over here.
Group 2. So introduce yourselves. Say hello. Make a new friend.
Okay, and then are you going to correct these errors? What should you do? Should you correct the errors? No, right? Just mark the error. And if you're not sure about what kind of error this is, please ask one of us. We'll be walking around to help you. Okay, it looks like most groups have checked through most of the paper. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put you in a different group. You'll be in a group with people from all the other groups. So what you're going to do is you're going to explain to your new group which errors you found. Show them which errors you found. And then they will explain to you which errors they found. So if you were in group 1, you'll explain, okay, these are the verbs that we think are errors. And then you'll listen as the person from group 2 will explain to you these are the singular plural errors, and you can mark those as well. Now, after you have marked all those errors together, I also want you to discuss how to correct the error. So in your new group, you will tell your new group all the errors that you found, and then together you'll decide how to correct the error. So let me give you new groups. Now we'll do... Yes, sir? Okay. Yeah, we're going to go 5 in each group. Well, maybe 4. Yeah, 4 in each group. Okay, so let me number you off once more for a new group. Okay, so you will be your new group. You're going to be in group 1. You'll be in group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 1 also. Okay, and for your new group, you'll be in group 1. You'll be in group 2, 3, 4, and you'll also be in group 2. You'll be in group 1, you'll be in group 2, you'll be in group 3, and you'll be in group 4. Okay. You'll be in group 1, 2, 3, and group 4. And then group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Okay, so we're going to have 4 new groups. So I'd like group 1, if you're in group 1, move over here. Group 2 will be at the top over there. Group 3 at the top of this side, and group 4 down at the bottom on this side. Yes. I think it's okay. It's okay if you haven't had time to discuss. Just show your new group what you think the errors are, and then you can discuss with your new group. Okay, so go ahead and move to your new groups. Groups 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Let's go. Move it, move it, move it. Okay, guys at the top. Let's go. Find our new groups, please. 1,
Group 3
2, 3, 4. 4 is over here. 1 is here. 2 is up there. 3 is over here.
Up there. Group 1 right here.
4.
Group 3 is up there.
Number 4. Your number is 4. 4.
Group 4 is right
4.
here.
Okay. 4. 3.
And then I think group 4 doesn't have someone with the sentence fragments.
What?
So you can also look together for sentence fragments and run-on sentences.
So now, each person is going to, whichever group you're in, you're going to share some of the things that you found, and then you guys will talk about how to fix maybe 1 or 2 and then move on, okay? Right, Jeremy? They should do like just 1 or 2 from each person and then move on. Don't do all of them from one person. Yeah.
We'll be short on time.
Yeah.
So work together. Show each other what errors you found. Maybe start with group 1. Okay, I hate to do this, but in the interest of time, I'm going to cut you off a little bit, cut this activity short. But I do want to know, we're going to hand you out the answer key, so you can see all of the errors and how to correct them. And I want you to compare what you thought the errors were with the answer key. Some of them you will get correct, some of them you might have missed. So I want you to figure out which errors were easy for you to find and correct, and which errors did you miss? Maybe you didn't realize it was an error. So take a couple minutes to look at that. Sultan's handing this out to the groups right now. Let's see. Okay, so this one, you can
There should be enough for each person to get one, okay? So if you don't get one, please let me know so I can give you one, all right? And then feel free to look over it.
All the different social networks. So Facebook and what are the other? There are a number of them. My students have like 5 different networks, Twitter and so. Oh, yeah. This is actually just a formatting error. There's no space. Oh, but on the. Oh, that's just an error then. Yeah. Yeah. So apparently we made an error on this one, but we didn't put it on this one. So we just that was a mistake that we made printing this out. There should be, yeah. Yep, because grassroots is it's an adjective in itself to describe a movement that you start from people. So it's just grassroots. It's always grassroots. Yeah, grassroots. Yeah, it's just the way we say it, grassroots movement instead of saying grassroots movement. Yeah, grassroots. Yeah. So this is not considered a plural. It's not considered a noun, but it's an adjective that always has s. This particular grassroots. Yeah. So it's more of a vocabulary. Exactly. So adjectives can never be plural. You're right. But this one, because the word itself is just grassroots. That's the word. It's not considered plural, but it's just that's the term. So it's just one of those things you memorize. The word grassroots. Yeah. Many of those tricky words. Right, because there's no extra word. Okay. Some of you have found some very good errors. You're able to find some very specific errors, even sometimes errors that we missed. So it just goes to show the more people you have edit your paper, the more errors you'll be able to find. We would like to know which errors were easy for you to spot. Which errors were very easy for you to find? Verb form errors. How about from this group up here? What was something that was easy for you? Or spelling and capitalization was an easy one. Yeah. Yes. Verbs also. Okay. Which ones were the most difficult? Which ones did you miss? Fragments, run-ons, any others? Okay, so, well, that's good because we would like to talk briefly just about some basic things to look for with fragments and run-on sentences. So let's go ahead and look at, skip through some of this. Okay, so for sentence fragments, there are different kinds of errors. There are different kinds of sentence fragments. Sometimes a sentence fragment is missing a subject. So in this case, Facebook is changing our lives, is a powerful means of communication. That second sentence doesn't have a subject. It begins with a verb. So to fix the fragment, you would need to add it. You need to have a subject. It is a powerful means. Facebook is a powerful means of communication. So that's one way. What I think is more common is actually forgetting to put the verb in sentences. Especially in cases like this. The question, why Facebook so successful? There's no verb there. And the verb is. And I think it's very easy to forget to put the be verb, am, is, are, in many sentences. The second sentence here, some people concerned about it. Many people look at this sentence and they think concerned is a verb. But really here concerned is an adjective. It's describing somebody's feeling. So you need to add the verb are to connect people with concerned here. So if you often forget to put in these be verbs, it's something to look for. Make sure that every sentence has one of these verbs. The other kind of sentence fragment is an incomplete thought. So you might see sentences like this. When you press like in response to a topic, period. You are providing data to marketers. And really those sentences need to be connected together because the first one is not a complete thought. It doesn't make sense by itself to say, when you press like in response to a topic. It's not finished. So to correct that one, you just put a comma here to connect those two together. So 3 types of sentence fragments. Now, we're not there. We could go for a long time about sentence fragments, but we just want to give a very brief overview.